Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are going to unlock the secrets to building truly unforgettable puzzles for educational escape rooms. We're going to do that by mashing up the best ideas from two amazing guides, Elmet and School Break, to give you a real, practical blueprint for making challenges that are, not just fun, but actually meaningful. So let's get right into it. But first, let me ask you something. Think back to the best puzzle you've ever solved. What was it that made it stick with you? Was it just that it was really clever, or did it feel like it was a part of something bigger? Well, that difference, as we're about to find out, is all about designing with a clear purpose. And that purpose, that's our first stop, and honestly, the most critical part of this whole journey. Before you even think about dreaming up some cool secret code or a hidden key, you have got to lock down the why behind every single challenge you create. This right here is the heart of the Elmet Guide, and trust me, it's a total game changer. Your puzzles, they're not just random brain teasers you throw in there. No, they are specific tools for learning. The bottom line is this: if a puzzle doesn't directly help you hit their learning goals, it just doesn't belong in your room. It's really that simple. Okay, so with that purpose as our North Star, it's time to build a solid foundation. Before we get to all the fun creative stuff, there are two non-negotiable rules that every single puzzle has to follow. So first up, as you can see in step 1, every puzzle has to tie directly back to those learning goals we just talked about. And second, step 2, it needs to feel completely 100% natural within your story. I'm telling you, when the challenge and the story just click together seamlessly, that's where the magic really happens. And this quote just nails it perfectly. I mean, think about it. If your players are running around Dracula's castle and they find a QR code to scan with a smartphone, the whole illusion just shatters, right? Instead, you should be leaning into things like invisible ink, ancient-looking keys, or maybe some mirrored text. That somatic consistency, it's not just window dressing. It's what makes the whole experience feel real and immersive. All right, with our foundation totally solid, it's time to open up the toolbox and let our creativity run wild. Let's explore some of the incredible variety of puzzle types you can use to really bring your escape room to life. The School Break Handbook gives us some fantastic categories to get the ideas flowing. You've got puzzles all about finding things, hidden objects that only show up under a UV light. There are spatial puzzles, which are great for maps and overlays. You've got physical challenges like jigsaws or those tricky secret boxes. And of course, the absolute classics, codes and ciphers. And hey, this is just the start. Your imagination is really the only limit here. Now, this is where it gets really, really interesting. So on the left, you see different types of intelligences, right? That's based on Gardner's theory from the Elmet Guide. And on the right, you see puzzle examples from the School Break Handbook. When you map them together like this, you can make sure there's a challenge for every single type of thinker in the room. You see, the kinesthetic learner, they get to tackle a physical jigsaw, while the more mathematical mind can get lost in a cipher. A truly great room doesn't just challenge people. It includes everyone. And this actually models how we solve problems in the real world by bringing different skills together. So you've got all your awesome individual puzzles designed. The next big job is to arrange them into a journey that makes sense. Believe me, the flow of the game is every bit as important as the puzzles themselves. Here's a nice concrete number to shoot for. For a typical 60-minute escape room, the ELMET guide suggests somewhere between 10 and 15 puzzles. This works out to an average of about 5 minutes per puzzle, which is a fantastic pace to keep the energy up and the momentum going without anybody feeling too rushed. You also have to think about difficulty. As you can see from this chart, you really want to mix. You should have some low difficulty puzzles that most teams will solve pretty easily. That's your 60% plus completion, right? Then throw in some medium ones for a good challenge. And finally, maybe a few really hard puzzles for those expert players. It's this variety that keeps absolutely everyone engaged and stops them from getting frustrated. And the order you put these puzzles in, it's so critical. You should always, always start with a simple, satisfying win. That very first aha moment is like rocket fuel. It builds confidence, it gets the teamwork going, and it just sets a really positive vibe for the rest of the game. Then you can start dialing up the difficulty. We are almost there. You've designed your puzzles, you've planned out the flow, but there is one final absolutely critical step that separates a pretty good game from an amazing one: rigorous testing. The The School Break Handbook has this brilliant pre-launch checklist. You need to ask these questions for every single one of your puzzles. Is it obvious what the player is supposed to do? Is it totally clear when they've solved it? And this one is huge. Is there any way for the puzzle to break or become unsolvable if someone, say, moves a piece they shouldn't? Finding these little problems before you launch is everything. Oh, and a quick word on red herrings, false clues. Use them very, very carefully. A good red herring might be a quick, funny little thing that adds to the story. But a bad one? A bad one is just a dead end that wastes precious time and completely derails your player's momentum. My advice? When in doubt, just leave them out. So as we wrap all this up, I want to leave you with this one thought. The next time you sit down to design your next incredible challenge, don't just ask yourself, is this puzzle clever? Instead, ask, what will this puzzle teach? Because that right there, that's the secret to creating a truly unforgettable educational experience. Happy designing, and thanks for joining me.